Here we are with another exciting episode of Fairfield Fairfield 2.0. I'm not going to keep a straight face through this one, I'm afraid. These are some of my favorite musicians in town. So here we are. Let's just jump into this. This is a band without a name. In fact, let's have a contest to name the band. But let me introduce each person. Starting with you, Gemma. Gemma Cohen, sister of Johnny Cohen. Not brother of Eric Hurlin, but brother of Dave Hurlin.
That's true.
Now it's arguable, they're like brothers and sisters, they can work together, the whole deal, but I have no idea where to start. Let's start with Gemma. Hi, Gemma.
Hi. Hi, Mike.
Gemma Cohen is the lead singer for the band with no name. And perhaps we'll have a name by the end of the show. You know?
That'd be nice.
All right. All right.
Nice.
Gemma.
Yes.
Being together with this guy forever, when did you guys start making music together?
When did we start playing music together?
Probably in the womb.
In the womb.
She came
A common answer here on Fairfield 2.0.
Yeah, I just sang near my mom who was pregnant with my brother.
Yeah.
So she had a lot to do with your musical talents.
And we had the same mother.
Oh, there's that. There's that.
Yeah.
Probably in high school. When I was in high school and Johnny was a little younger. When Johnny started playing guitar.
Like 11.
Okay.
When we started playing.
All right, and you guys you played out. You played out locally, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we kind of just grew as musicians separately, and then like interweaved as our paths went on.
How did you start? When did you start singing? Like, when did you say, okay, I need to sing? When was that?
Probably when I was like 2.
Okay.
There's some home videos of me singing then, and I joined a children's choir when I was in middle school, and I think that really got me in the singing zone. And the choir is called GoVap. It's out of Ottumwa, but it's southeast Iowa. And then I just did a lot of choir stuff growing up, especially in high school, and then in college I was a music major, so just kind of kept going with it.
Voice, I take it.
Yeah.
Minor in piano.
No, pre-med.
Pre-med.
Yeah. But
Pre-med. Let's talk about it. And you happen to be doing something right now with regards to that, right?
yeah, I'm getting my master's in nursing.
Nice.
I want to be a nurse practitioner eventually, but I also mainly want to be a musician. But also, I'm very interested in health, and I want to work with underserved populations, but hopefully music will be also a main thing in my life as well.
Well, when you guys go on tour, you could have like the Winnebago and have people come into the trailer and do tests and stuff.
I'll put in IVs while I...
That's exactly. on stage, it'll be part of the performance art part. Johnny, what about you? When did you start, where did you decide, oh, I like guitar, I'm going to do this?
Well, I started like playing piano when I was really young, and then I sang, and I was part of the same choir that Gemma was in. Which wasn't that extravagant in my life. But it was still there. It definitely got me starting though, like thinking musically. And then one day I picked up the guitar when I was about 11, and I just didn't really put it down, so to speak.
Who did you study with? Anybody in Fairfield? This being Fairfield 2.0, he mugged.
Yeah, I studied with Jimmy Moore a lot. We had like this group lesson thing going on with 2 of my friends that was like kind of like a band lesson in a sense, and we just like jammed, and I don't know, it was cool because it got us to like figure out how to blend and, you know, play with other people. And then I had more like private lessons from a guy named Chris Hunter.
Chris Hunter.
Who works at, he's private, but he comes to Field of Dreams every Wednesday afternoon.
Nice. And then you guys were sort of playing together for a while, right? I mean, doing musical things once in a while. But over the years, you were performing like as a brother and sister sometimes, right? I mean, you'd have other musicians,
Sometimes.
but no, no, not at all. Actually,
no, we were. I mean, I was like, I kind of had like, we kind of had our separate projects, but we kind of like involved the other when it was easy. And when it worked out with both of our schedules and stuff. And then we like, once in a while we did like concerts where we were both playing and singing. But then we started, after a certain point, we started to like focus more together and write and like learn a bunch of songs.
Okay. So you started writing original songs together at a certain point, right?
Yeah,
What?
I think so.
How long ago?
I don't know.
Probably pretty recently. The last couple years, we've started doing more writing.
All right, now let's move on to another pair of siblings. Oh man, I don't even know where to start. Eric and David have played on like everybody's project that has ever lived or breathed oxygen in Fairfield. So where do you start with you guys? Eric, at what point when did you decide you wanted to play keyboards?
I started, I think, at age 7. My mom got a piano for the house, and I was pretty drawn to it right away, even before I started taking lessons. And then I kind of went through the rounds of classical lessons, which I did kind of half-heartedly and mediocrely. I think I remember one classical song from all of that. But
Bartok?
yeah. When I was like, I think 14 or 15, I took some lessons from Werner Elmker, and he started to teach me some ideas with regards to improvisation and learning how to play over like the 12-bar blues and stuff like that, and that kind of unleashed me on the path of discovering improvisation and things like that. And then from there it's just been about like taking that bluesy foundation and evolving and getting more sophisticated and complicated, and it's still going to this day.
Okay, and who put the tape recorder under your pillow of Martin Medeski and Wood? Because you guys are so into that vibe. I mean, as brothers, you guys play that a lot with Jimmy Moore. We're talking about Jimmy before.
Yeah, we played a lot with Jimmy.
And
he was actually the first one who showed me about, or told me about Medeski, Martin, and Wood.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah. That's, because
We've seen him 4 times.
Oh, you have?
In fact, my uncle Dan, who's like a puppetry professor in New York City, he actually showed me one of their albums for Shack Man, which was recorded in like a shack in Hawaii.
Okay.
And it was like, whoa, because I think that kind of the musical epiphany for both of us was when we heard the Commodore's Brick House. and we realized that like syncopation was possible, and that there was this whole world of like funk and kind of this nastier, like darker. Not that Brick House is that, but it's like it opened the door for researching all of this kind of music.
What were the next steps with Earth, Wind, and Fire? Okay, that wasn't too far.
Yeah, well, we grew up with Earth, Wind, and Fire, Sly and the Family Stone, Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder, all that stuff.
But Brick House had the topic that went along also with the funk music.
But I think it was I think that it was like that I've been drawn to music that makes you want to move.
Yeah.
But I also have a very I come from a visual art background, and I definitely have kind of a more avant-garde sensibility.
What is your visual art? Okay.
Well, I've got my BFA in photography.
Nice.
And I draw and paint, and I'm also a writer, so like I come from more of an artistic like background than necessarily a music one.
Yeah.
Even though I started fiddling around with piano at 13.
Okay.
And then I started taking drums formally with TJ Gates at 17 years old. And then
17 was when you started drums?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then
holy cow.
But then we started playing with Jimmy every Sunday for like 5 hours, and it was just sheer improv.
Yeah.
Like we were not.
That's what got the chops.
And so we learned like that improvisational tradition where you can just hijackings are appropriate, and it's just like it's ear-based learning rather than sheet music based. And then after 10 years of that, I was like, oh, I want to learn how to read music, so I went up to James Dreyer in Iowa City.
Cool.
And learn the rudiments and how to read and all that stuff.
Now you mentioned performance. You mentioned photography before, and visual arts and all that. And I watched something amazing that you did, which was you put on a performance art concert. You were playing all sorts of percussion instruments in the vault at
T-Full Hands.
Yeah, and I walked out. I was walking around. It's like, oh, there's music here. I didn't know you were in the next room. And I'm walking around looking at the art. It's Art Walk Friday or whatever it was. And it's like, oh, you got to check this out. And I go in the room, and there you are in a dhoti. All white makeuped up, white powdered up, and you're just playing and you're getting off on the. And I'm watching that, and I'm going, there's something more here I need to discover. There's something going on here I got to ask him about later on, but not now. Yeah. But that was really amazing. That was really a cool performance, and you like doing that just as much because I notice when you perform live, you're in the moment as far as like. You're not just physically doing it, you are performing. There are other things going on using your body. If you're not content, my feeling is that, you tell me if I'm wrong, my feeling is when I watch you play, if you're not content with what's going on with what you're playing, you're going to do something physical in order to get that thing out of you, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Well, I think for me it just transitioned from like being a musician to being like a sound organizer via John Cage and Marcel Duchamp and all those guys that kind of shook the paradigm of European-based instruments to like sound itself, where it's like anything is an instrument, any object is capable of producing sound, and you just organize that into a musical context and it becomes music. So it's kind of shifting out of my funk and jazz traditions into like sound as a whole.
Got it. Yeah.
And the performance art helps me explore all those modalities like a muffler and crystal bowls and all that stuff.
What do you got over there? Bring it up here. I'm gonna play that thing. I loved when you went to Hawaii to go to a course, right? What did you do that? And you do that every once in a while. These kinds of ventures. Right?
Well, I'm very, very much attracted to like sound healing and all the new age modalities, even though I'm not necessarily subscribing to the new age
aspect.
I am interested in all the tools that they have to offer. Like we did, it's a thing called sounding circles, which is collective group improvisation, where you go into a room with blindfolds and you're all singing together in an improvisational soundscapey kind of way.
Nice.
And then we also did acutonics, which is wind chimes tuned to the celestial bodies.
Okay.
And
can you show us an example?
It's really, well, everything has a frequency.
Right.
So like Venus has a frequency, you multiply it by an octave until you get it into human hearing, and then that Venus frequency can rebalance things.
You play Venus?
Yeah, Venus, Mercury, the 25,000 years of the zodiac was my favorite one.
Nice.
We did
that into the van.
We did the chanting, Hawaiian chanting, in the volcano.
Oh my god.
There's a whole bunch of like unbelievable. It's called sounding circles.
Can anybody find this on your YouTube channel?
Well, my YouTube channel is more like covering pop songs.
Covering pop songs.
Yeah.
Notice the channel. Eric, what do you make of all this?
I think it's great. I think my brother is a very creative soul, and I enjoy watching his creations.
And what about your creations? It's like I have never seen you get on a stage, and I'm waiting to one day. No, I've never seen you get on a stage without, like, you're just there, you're instant, you sit in the back of the keyboard and you're like, magic, 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 whatever amount of time you're on. And then you go, I think I'll play the bass now, and you play the bass, and it's like, one of the best bass playings I've ever heard. Here we are, just play a little bass. Yeah, but you're another one. Your bass playing is really phenomenal too.
I don't know.
That's why Fairfield. We've got some of the best musicians in town right here on the set, and I can die now. What is the goal here? I mean, what is the goal as far as you can play various musical instruments. You play percussion in many realms of percussion, as we just heard. In addition to drums, you play bass, you play guitar, you play keyboards. I mean, piano, strictly piano too. You play a lot of different elements. Johnny, you play bass, you play guitar. What else do you play that I don't know?
He's a great singer.
Oh, he's a great singer, is he? This is the time of the show when we do our a cappella version of a Johnny song.
No.
Not this show, though.
I've been I mean, I started playing piano when I was really young, and then like I kind of just like didn't continue it for a while, and I just dabbled. But I've recently started to play more piano and write songs on piano. But I don't think I'd consider myself a piano player or a guitar player.
What? Wait a minute. You have some very tasty jazz licks for someone who's maybe just acclimating yourself to it. Is that because of school? Is that because of what you listen
guitar?
to? Yeah, guitar.
What I listen to and school kind of. I studied jazz at the University of Iowa, and it pushes me to move out of my comfort zone and explore the realm of jazz. Traditional, straight ahead, like old school West Montgomery style stuff.
Nice.
And it makes me like be disciplined and do it like they want me to. But all the time knowing I'm going to turn on them in the end.
And we wish you well.
Well, and that's the whole tradition of jazz, and that's why I think jazz as an idiom is what I'm most attracted to. Is that it's how deep can you go, and it's like it's the old man in the sea. You're holding on to the marlin for your whole life, you know. And it is about turning on authority and turning on the traditions of the past while honoring them. It's like, and that's what's so exciting about it, is that if you kind of get stuck on the pop treadmill, then you're just like a hit machine, and it's like you become a karaoke band of yourself.
Yeah, but
which is cool, but it like in a jazz paradigm, it's like you're constantly reinventing yourself, and you're constantly, you know, wrestling with angels to like improve and to ascend to that next level. And it's really exciting because, I mean, Sonny Rollins is still practicing. He's like 87 years old.
Yeah,
he's still like on the bridge, like practicing his horn, and that's like so beautiful because it's like a romance with the instrument rather than kind of this projection into a future-based reality. It's really about how deep and how much can you love your instrument.
Yeah, Tony Bennett, by the way, Tony Bennett is another one. He basically says that he's still a student.
Right.
And he's 83 or 84, something like that. I love how when people feel like, really great musicians never feel like they're done. You can't be done. You're always trying to figure out what that next thing, the curiosity is what got you into it anyway, and then the actual expression. It's almost like, did I just do that? You're constantly going through and did I just do that? And that revelation, I guess, keeps getting you to the next level. And then it's not rote, but it's so natural that you can't help but get to the next level because you've already adapted, you've already imbibed enough tools that now you're so fluent with that most people don't even know how to, they don't even know what you're talking about. Much like this conversation. All right, we only have a couple of minutes left, and we're going to have a little concert from you guys. And I just wanted to ask you, it's true, you didn't know this, I bet. But we have a couple of minutes to talk about the songs that you guys are going to play. Tell us a little about it. Gemma, we haven't heard much from you.
So the first one we're going to play is a song that Eric wrote that David wrote the lyrics for. It's called Church is on Fire.
Nice.
The second one is...
Not that Church is on Fire is a nice thing.
Yeah.
I just go, nice.
It's kind of metaphorical.
It's on fire with spirituality.
It's not a literal fire.
Okay.
And then the next one is a song that Johnny and I wrote called Sweet, Sweet Baby Baby.
Sweet, Sweet Baby Baby.
And actually, David wrote some words that we might use for it that may change the title of Sweet, Sweet Baby Baby that we haven't added yet. And then the last one Johnny and I wrote called Wash Away. Yeah.
Now, what about the sweater?
Oh yeah, and then we played the sweater song that Eric wrote everything for. And anything you want to say about it?
I guess I tend to be, I would consider currently challenged with writing lyrics, so I kind of like the lyrics to this one, but they're a little strange, and you know, I guess that's alright.
Strange to see
Well, I'm really excited that because we're all in so many different projects and I love that there's so many different combinations of songwriting possibilities. Like Johnny will email me a track and I'll write the lyrics. Eric and I will go into the songwriting cave for a while. Johnny and Gemma write together. The four of us write together. It's like
Nice.
wherever we
Excellent.
are, it's like we can eat with email and Skype and all that stuff. It's just like constantly passing stuff to each other.
For those of us who want to own an album, where are you going with this? Are you going to be recording some project soon?
Hopefully this summer.
Yeah.
That's definitely in the works.
Can I tell you, just from what I'm imagining your concert will be right after we stop talking here, as if we haven't done that already and seen all the songs. It's such a nice. You guys have such a nice ensemble. Even the space is great. The vibe of what everybody's playing, it's like it's just right. Is what I'm predicting. Is what this is going to be. But I'm really impressed with with what you got already. And I guess making it tighter would be going on the road and doing some. Are there plans to go on the road?
Yeah.
Next week?
Europe, Japan.
Europe and Japan.
Russia.
Russia. that has gotten more Russian comments than anything. That's great.
I think
Definitely.
what makes it so incredible for me to play with them is just we've been playing for so long together and we're such close friends as well. We're pretty much all family, even though we're not siblings, but we're not all siblings. But it just seems like our goal is to just make it as a whole the best possible. And it's not about being the main person or being, shining through over everyone else. It's about being a collective whole that creates something bigger. And I think that's enjoys.
And what Eric and I were talking about yesterday was that the music is just kind of what we do as a result of our friendship. Which is really beautiful because so many people kind of get overshadowed by the drive for success and money and all this stuff, but it's like we just love each other and we love hanging out and we all just hang out and then it's like, hey, well, let's play music.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to go to a Cohen-Hurlin dinner the other night, and you might as well have all been one family. You might as well have been all brothers and sisters. Really cool. So that means you all have, and you grew up together. Obviously, you grew up since you all know each other from when you were little.
Not really. They grew up together.
You all did. You didn't know?
No. Well, I remember seeing the Cohens at one of our concerts with Jimmy. That was the first time I kind of knew about it.
Okay, but you were 11 when you started Jimmy Moore lessons, right?
Kind of.
All right.
I mean,
no, wait a minute.
maybe when I was like 13.
I met Gemma right before her 18th birthday, and I was like,
Okay, you were
I was
little this
21 probably.
All right.
And I met her.
He was my piano teacher. I was the worst student
Oh
I
yeah,
ever
that's right.
practiced. So.
All right, so that means you all have blackmail on each other. So what's the most embarrassing Cohen story that they have on the Hurlins? Without hurting feelings and without ruining relationships.
I don't remember.
They're flawless.
All right. Doesn't that suck?
Well, I think that the sibling, you find a lot of sibling rhythm sections, and that's one of the things that I've noticed playing with my brother and playing with family bands and family ensembles is that there is this kind of innate telepathy and the way that you feel rhythm and the way that you feel melody is like when he plays I'm way more interested in what he's playing than what I'm playing.
Nice.
And that's that's what makes drumming like so satisfying is when the music is so good that you want to stay out of the way.
Yeah, and you can really tell with each other. That's the space element that works so well that you'll be playing in a few minutes. It's really wonderful. That's where you guys, it's a psychic thing. You guys know you're feeling the space. You're not just feeling the music. And you're feeling the space based on you're all in the same rhythm thing. Because otherwise, right, someone would be coming in a little sooner than the other. It's just human nature. As good as you are, sometimes that thing, the mind thing, doesn't work. But you guys are very natural with it. And you can tell you're just all blending. And in fact, didn't you learn drums? So you play with your brother? One of the elements.
Well, I started drumming independently, but very soon after that, we started playing with Jim. Then like when he was 13, we were gigging in bars in the tunnel
Nice.
with Jimmy, like starting to like do the whole thing. So we've been playing together for 15 years. So.
And of course, Jimmy, we're talking about Apocalypto Boys Choir.
Apocalypso Tantric Boys Choir.
Okay, so you've got a concert that you will have played by the time the show airs, and I don't know what to say about the name. You still have a couple of minutes to come up with a name.
Well, the other thing that's cool about this band is that it's modular, where it can be a quartet or it can be a trio. Eric, Johnny, and I have been doing like more jazz-based gigs at Vivo's and Paradiso and stuff, and then when Gemma is in town and available, like we all come together. So that's a really satisfying component for me, is because I'm very drawn to instrumental music also. But then I also love the funk and the pop tradition too. So like having this modular band that can morph according to what the needs are is really cool.
Gemma, what is your favorite song on the planet?
Oh, that's a horrible question.
I got no.
That's a horrible question. There are so many songs that I love, so it's hard.
We'll just
Can we
roll.
play that in slow-mo?
It's not an opinion. It's like, what is the best song?
I would say, I don't know, Stevie Wonder is probably like my favorite right this second. That's one of his, maybe.
You didn't get me?
Maybe one of his songs. I don't know. It's hard. Michael Jackson, something of his. Something. It's hard to say.
All right. I'll just volunteer a song for you. Human Nature. Michael Jackson, Human Nature. Good
That's a
one.
good
that's
one.
Want to be starting something?
I like
Yeah.
Miles' version of it.
Miles' version.
Yeah, I love that version.
By the way, favorite Miles Davis album.
Well, kind of blue. That's the one of the albums that I can listen to on repeat, like indefinitely, and not get tired of it.
And we play it on the radio station very often.
It's
in addition
unbelievable.
to Bitches Brew, I
It's
think. Yeah.
unbelievable.
Can I say Bitches Brew on the air? Jason Strong.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
What is your favorite musical performer or album or song? Or your favorite color?
Let's see. I'm a really big Prince fan.
Okay.
And a really big D'Angelo fan.
D'Angelo, nice.
Yeah. I'm pretty much anyone that's like known in the jazz world. I'm a big fan of and look up to a lot musically. Some of my favorite jazz guys, I would say, are Charlie Parker, Sonny Rollins, Bud Powell.
Bud Powell, yeah.
But you know, they're all pretty much amazing in my opinion.
Nice.
But that said, I'm kind of also like everything.
John?
I'm pretty similar to Eric. I think that Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, and Prince are the three kings, and Miles Davis.
And Miles Davis, right.
The four.
What about Dave Brubeck? I'm not hearing any Dave Brubeck.
I saw
Making me
Dave
sad.
Brubeck at the Indie Jazz Fest, and Joe Morello is a big
Yeah.
influence on me.
Nice.
But-
Brubeck, it's like, for me, Brubeck, with all the timing things that are going on, I don't think you'd have a Donald Fagen if there wasn't a Dave Brubeck.
Yeah.
There's a whole lineage that comes out of that. You never hear them pay homage, but you know they were influenced. You know they listen to those records. You hear it in their records.
I like to do Take
Sad.
5 as a waltz.
Oh, you certainly get a lawsuit after that.
Take 3.
Give
Cease and desist.
Yeah.
All right, well, we might be coming to the end of the show unless we have about a minute or so left. We have 2 minutes. We have 2 minutes left. What is your, being from Fairfield and having grown up together for the most part, and having all of these different configurations and all that, what is the plan? What is the plan for you four, for Gemma Cohen, Johnny Cohen, Eric Hurlin, Dave Hurlin?
Probably to make a plan, which includes a big city, recording,
Carnegie Hall.
Carnegie's Hall.
Yeah, Carnegie has a great hall.
Anyhow.
Well, I
for that
feel like
matter.
this is a lifelong romance and a lifelong relationship. I feel like
Yeah.
we do have like a 5-year plan that we worked on, and
Nice.
part of that is, you know, Johnny's still in school, Gemma's finishing up school, and once they get freed up schedule wise, then it's like we'll really be able to come together and you know, do the laser thing.
No, the summer is going to be the album.
Yeah.
And you gotta, you know, you're gonna be touring a lot. The temptation is to be touring a lot, right? There's a guy in town, as he has been on the show already, Dominic Ravelay. We're gonna throw him in everybody's face. He's the hardest, as I said before, he's the hardest working musician in rock and roll. He seriously is. 25 days and 25 dates in 30 days. He did.
Yeah.
He does these whirlwind things. He'll play anywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway. He's the role model as far as I'm concerned with this stuff. It's like if you get out there and you're playing all the time, or without driving each other crazy, try to do your. My advice would be just try to have other things, other interests, and spend time alone as much as you can. It's involved with each other all the time. You your sound will just keep getting better. Your entity, your relationship with each other on a subtle the romance on the personal level and musical level is going to be so much more worth it and enhanced.
Well, that's what's so exciting for me is that we hardly get to play. It's like Johnny's like full time in 20 ensembles at school. Gemma's at nursing school, and I'm working, and a father, and Eric. It's like we're all really busy. So like the opportunity to come together and actually focus on it is really exciting.
Yeah.
The plan. The plan.
That's the
When
plan.
you sit in with the plan to make the plan. The plan to make the plan. All right, this has been really wonderful. I'm really appreciative that you all got together, and we'll be playing songs in a moment. Not earlier, before we started talking, but you guys are great. One more time, this is Gemma Cohen. This is Johnny Cohen. This is Eric Hurlin. This is David Hurlin, and his hat. It's very much talked about hat. It's wonderful. And you have. I'm not going to end the show right this second because you need to watch the concert that's coming up. It's some really sweet stuff. But let's pretend this is the end of the show, and we'll say bye-bye Fairfield. This was Fairfield 2.0. This was about these guys, but it was also about you. We need to get you here too at some point in the future. Okay?
And come to our show last weekend.
Yeah. And watch this concert, which has never been recorded. Take care.
Oh Churches on fire, burning pain of your desire. Fire walk the aisle with me. It's the only way, can't you see? Churches on fire, burning pain of your desire. Fire walk the aisle with me. It's the only way, can't you see? Come take my hand, gonna be your man. You're gonna be my woman, baby. Churches on fire, churches on fire, churches on fire, churches on fire. I don't love you, but I want you. Sweet temptation, how you haunt me so. We have been here, my intent is clear, so make no mistake, 'cause I know my fate. But you're such a sweet baby, baby, a sweet, sweet baby, baby, yeah. And I know it's gonna be alright, so just hold me, yeah. Hold me tonight. You've been waiting, anticipating, but when this flame dies, I'll say my goodbyes. But you're such a sweet baby, baby, yeah. A sweet, sweet baby, baby, yeah. And I know it's gonna be alright, so just hold me, yeah. Hold me tonight.
stop catching this wave of missing. She paints gray over all the sun's blazing rays.